Well, the music, and I write about this too. I mean, the musicians have always been ahead of the writers and the poets, okay? Primarily because they have been free. See, artists are the freest people in the world. And the freest artists are the musicians. And they have been able to travel widely and internationally, even much more for the poets. And so we fed off of them, and I guess they fed off of us a little bit. But also you had the visual artists. I mean, the visual artists created the Wall of Respect here in Chicago, which became international. And, Jeff Downs and Billy Abernathy and all these brothers, these artists and photographers, Roy Lewis, I mean, we all became very close. Okay?
And what music were you listening to?
Oh, I mean, everybody listened to John Coltrane. I mean, he was the man at that point. John Coltrane, Love Supreme. I mean, his music essentially gave us another presence in terms of what art could do. And this is why the musicians were always ahead, because they never allowed the boundaries to stop them from creating. That's how you got Charlie Parker. That's how you got John Coltrane. That's how you got Dizzy Gillespie. That's how you got that they were able to be free enough, boom. And so when the Black Arts Movement hit, that allowed us, the poets and the writers and even the visual artists and other, but even with the visual artists, see, Margaret Burroughs was involved in the National Conference of Artists, which eventually I became the co-chair of the board of directors of the National Conference of Artists, which I served on for about 10 years. Because you walk around this place, you see art all over the place. You walk around my home, nothing but art. But the key point is, and has always been, was that we fed off of each other. And that there was never any competition between us. There was always, hey, Don, what's going on? You know, what can we do? I mean, even today, the artists from AACM called me, want me to come and read. I said, well, I'm 77 years old. I'm not coming out there and reading poetry. But anyway, I still do a little bit. But the point is that it was all complementary, and it helped all of us to grow. So now you're talking about, say, 65, 66, 67. Chicago becomes the center primarily because of AACM, primarily because we started Third World Press, primarily because you got Johnny Johnson here, primarily because you got Negro Digest, who's getting ready to rename it Black World, primarily because you got Kumba Workshop, you got essentially ETA Workshop, Theater, you got all these arts organizations working together. But the mother and the father, basically, the DuSable Museum and the Southside Community Arts Center. They were here much longer than we were. But that gave us structure. And you had Johnson Publishing Company. That gave us structure. And that gave us saying, okay, we can do this. Okay, and so we were not afraid.